Hey, it's Dustin with the Davidson Group at Keller Williams with this week's market update. You know, we're scaling these back to every other week to allow for other types of content to enter into the mix. Really, we just want to keep the information consistent, but we also want to keep it relevant and not say the same thing week over week. So this week, we're going to talk about the transition that's happened over the past couple of weeks. As we are having this conversation, there are 441 properties in our local market active and available. That number has continued to climb week over week, little by little. We're still selling a lot of properties. It's still definitely a seller's market. So those things haven't changed. But what has changed? That's the question. Well, if you're a buyer and over the past 18 months, you've seen prices climb and climb and climb, and maybe you entered into the market and you made some offers and you got beat out because there were 10, 15, 20 offers at a time to 10, 15, 20,000 over asking price, and you just felt as though you couldn't compete with the current market conditions. Well, I've got news for you. Now is the time to step back up, step back in, and go back to purchasing a property. What I mean is this. Right now, we have more inventory than we've had over the past several months. We still have ample buyers, and we still have properties that are getting multiple offers. But we're not seeing as many offers as we were before. And with those offers, they're not going as high as they were, which means we have the opportunity to get in and get a property, sometimes at or even below asking price. We're seeing those properties sit on the market for 2, 3, 4, 5 days versus 24 hours or 24 minutes that we were seeing earlier this year. So for you home buyers, know now is the time. Step up and step in. Let's move into the market. We're still at the top. We still have prices higher than we've seen before. So you're not going to have this huge room of negotiation. But I've also got news for you. It's not going to fall out. We're not going to see this huge bubble burst and a market crash happen where you can sweep in and buy these amazing prices or these amazing homes at amazing prices. But with the competition slowing, with the lack of buyers or the limited buyers that are in the market at the moment, we have an opportunity and a shot to get a home. Sellers, something you should know. We're still able to list at the top. You're still able to peel out the maximum amount of your property, but you have to know that pricing is more crucial now than it was a month or 2 months ago. Now, we have to be mindful of the fact that there aren't quite as many buyers in the marketplace, even though you're going to get top dollar, and chances are you're still going to get at or above asking price. You have to enter in properly. Have the conversation and ensure you know where you're entering at and what your exit's going to be. Because if you don't, you could be looking at a price reduction. You could be looking at maneuvering and adjusting based off of expectations that you hoped for when someone said, hey, I listed my house and it sold for bloody bloody more and bloody bloody days and bloody bloody whatever. Well, that was the reality a few months ago. Just not so much now. This information I'm excited about. I'm excited because we're entering into a stage where we're not quite as crazy. We've got a little bit more stability. It's still a seller's market, so we have to keep that in mind. But there's some movement and hope there for buyers. If you're serious about entering into the marketplace and buying a property, it is in my opinion that right now is the best time you could do that this year. Interest rates are still at record lows. Properties aren't moving quite as quickly, and you've got a prime opportunity to get in and snatch a beautiful piece of property with a limited amount of competition. Hear me though. Hear me clearly. If you're in a prime dollar amount, if you're in a prime market, you're still going to go head to head with multiple offers. You're not going to be able to walk in and walk all over buyers and offer like you could a couple of years ago. You have to have a strategy, you have to have a conversation, and you have to know going in what it's going to take to get the property. Hey, this has been an interesting market update for you all. Hopefully you found some interest in it. Like I said, 441 properties as we're shooting this video right now today. That's encouraging news. Our market needs more inventory. It's just going to allow us to help climb out of this deficit we've been in. We still need new construction. We still need move up, move out, empty nesters, all to make transition because we have a ton of people who are making their first time home purchase or their first step up home purchase. It's Dustin with the Davidson Group at Keller Williams. Market update for this week. If you found value in this, if you have questions about it, or you just want to talk about real estate in general, feel free to comment, feel free to message, feel free to call or email. Until next time.